In this video, we will discuss the current political situation in Pakistan and its future trajectory. Specifically, we'll look at the 14th of August speech by Imran Khan, his proposed plan to tackle the economic crisis and the challenges he faces from both internal and external sources. The video is based on an article published on August 17, 2023, with the title, Pakistan's Future, Hope or Despair? So let's begin. Imran Khan addressed the nation on Pakistan's Independence Day. He spoke for nearly 2 hours on various topics, including politics, economy, foreign policy, and corruption. If he can't fix the economy or at least alleviate the suffering of the people, he will be seen as a failure and a liability. On the other hand, if he does manage to stabilize the currency, curb inflation, and secure IMF bailout, he will be credited with saving Pakistan from bankruptcy and become the hero of the man, which aims to provide jobs and skills to young people in the ESOS program, which provides financial assistance to the poor and needy. The Pakistani rupee has been one of the worst performing currencies in Asia this year. It has lost more than 30% of its value against the US dollar since January. It reached a record low of 311.5 against the dollar last week. This makes imports more expensive and fuels inflation. It also makes Pakistan's debt burden heavier and its foreign reserves drop. It also makes Pakistan less attractive for foreign investment and tourism. One of them is the upcoming IMF bailout review, scheduled for early September. They will need to fix the economy, or at least stabilize it to avoid total collapse. They will also need to restore public trust and confidence in the institutions and the leadership. And they will need to improve Pakistan's image and reputation abroad to attract foreign aid and investment. This means that prices have doubled in the past 5 years, and people have to pay more than 3 times as much for basic goods and services as they did in 2018. There are many factors at play, both domestic and external, that could help or hinder Pakistan's recovery. Only time will tell if Pakistan is headed for hope or despair. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time. One of them is the level of popular support for Imran Khan and his party. If they maintain or even increase their popularity, they will have a strong mandate to implement their policies and reforms. But if they lose popularity due to internal conflicts or external pressures, they will have a weak mandate and face resistance and opposition. Pakistan has just enough to cover 1 month of imports, or $2.9 billion left. The military has been a dominant force in Pakistan's politics and society for decades. It has a history of supporting and overthrowing civilian government. It has also played a role in shaping the foreign policy and security issues of Pakistan. Will the military support Imran Khan's independent foreign policy and Kashmir agenda? Or will it oppose him and back another candidate? This is according to the State Bank of Pakistan. The central bank. India has been a long-time rival of Pakistan. It has a history of meddling in Pakistan's internal matters to counterbalance Pakistan's influence in Kashmir. They will need to be smart and strategic to navigate the complex web of interests and alliances in Pakistan and beyond. They will need to be resilient and courageous to withstand the pressure and attacks from their rivals. And they will need to be visionary and innovative to come up with new solutions to old problems. India has also been a target of Imran Khan's criticism in his proposed Kashmir envoy. Will India retaliate and escalate tensions with Pakistan? Or will it remain neutral and focus on its own development? We don't know the answer to this question. However, some estimates say that Pakistan needs at least $10 billion to cover essential imports for the next 6 months. This means that Pakistan needs to find a way to boost its reserves urgently or risk running out of foreign currency. This erodes people's purchasing power, their savings, and their quality of life. It also discourages economic activity and growth. This means that Pakistan owes more than $70 billion to both foreign and local creditors. This makes Pakistan vulnerable to external shocks and internal crises. It also diverts a large share of government revenue towards debt servicing instead of development and welfare programs. If people believe that the currency is about to collapse or that prices will keep soaring, they will panic and withdraw their savings or invest abroad. This means that many people who want to work cannot find jobs, and many others you won't even bother looking for jobs because they think it is hopeless. This creates social tensions, poverty, and brain drain. If they see Pakistan as too risky or too volatile, they will stay away and make the crisis worse. To attract them back, Pakistan needs to show that it has a credible and consistent policy, that it has a diversified and productive economy, and that it has a stable and cooperative political system. This will create a vicious cycle of depreciation, inflation, and distrust. To break this cycle, Pakistan needs to restore confidence in its institutions and its leadership. This means being transparent and accountable in its policies and actions, consulting with stakeholders and experts, and communicating effectively with the public. The IMF staff will visit Islamabad to assess the progress of the loan program and decide whether to release the next tranche of $6 billion or not. If they do, Pakistan will have enough reserves to avoid defaulting until June 2024. But if they don't, Pakistan will face a balance of payments crisis and a sovereign default. This will make it harder for Pakistan to repay its other loans and debts and deepen its financial turmoil. Second, they will continue to pursue independent foreign policy based on national interests rather than blindly following the West or China. Third, they will prioritize the welfare of ordinary citizens over the elite class and foreign loans. Fourth, they will expose and punish those who have stolen public money and assets abroad and bring them back home. Some commentators have called it his Independence Day address, even though he wasn't the prime minister, providing one-window operations for overseas Pakistanis to invest and visit Italy, setting up a national security council comprising civilian and military leaders to protect Pakistan's sovereignty and independence. Only one commentator, Ahmad Hushi, pointed out that Imran Khan didn't offer any concrete solutions to the economic crisis and that his focus was more on domestic politics than governance. He said that Imran Khan needs to be more realistic and pragmatic in his policies and less emotional and populist in his rhetoric. Otherwise, he will lose the support of the people and the markets and deepen the crisis further. Reforming the education system to promote tolerance and patriotism and launching a massive tree plantation campaign to combat climate change. Still, he has a huge following, and many consider him the true Prime Minister of Pakistan. The speech had four main messages. First, his party will complete the ongoing projects initiated by his government, such as the Kamyab Jawan program. He also announced some new policies, such as appointing a special envoy for Kashmir to highlight the atrocities faced by Muslims in India. However, he didn't mention how he would implement these policies or where he would get the funds from, since Pakistan is facing a severe economic crisis with skyrocketing inflation, dwindling reserves, mounting debt, and rising unemployment. Indeed, Pakistan's economic crisis is so severe that it could determine the outcome of the elections and the fate of Imran Khan's political career. There are several factors that will influence Pakistan's economic recovery. Another factor is the level of public trust and confidence in the economy. A third factor is the willingness of foreign lenders and investors to deal with Pakistan. These are the challenges and the stick. Now let's look at what the markets are saying about Pakistan's economy. Inflation has been another major problem for Pakistan. It has been in double digits for more than 2 years and reached a 48-year high of 36.4% in July. Foreign exchange reserves are at critical levels. Debt is another burden for Pakistan. It has external debt of $32.5 billion and domestic debt of $39.5 billion. Unemployment is also a pressing issue for Pakistan. It has an estimated 6.5 million unemployed people and a labor force participation rate of only 54%. These are the problems that Imran Khan and his party will face when they take office in a few months. But can Imran Khan and his party do all that? Can they overcome all the odds and challenges? The answer is not so simple. Another factor is the attitude of the military and the security establishment towards Imran Khan and his party. A third factor is the role of India in Pakistan's domestic affairs. These are the risks and the unknowns that Imran Khan and his party face. They have a tough job ahead of them. Only time will tell if they are up to the task or not.